Welcome to Global Birth Community. I'm Shanna Bradley. I am the creator and founder, and I just want to welcome you here. I'm so glad you found us. It really all started a long time ago with just a heart for missions, a heart for community, a heart for people, wanting to see women being served in every community and every culture around the world, and making doula training and birthwork accessible to them. I have always had a heart for missions since I became a believer. The Lord just led me to this conference, and I heard what a believer was. I heard what a missionary was for the first time, and I just thought, well, that's just the calling that I have on my life. And so I've always had a heart for different communities, different cultures. After getting married and having kids, we actually followed the call into full-time ministry. And we ended up in Clarkston, Georgia, which is the most diverse square mile in America. So they call it the Ellis Island of the South. So it's right outside of Atlanta. And we went there for what was supposed to be 6 months, and it turned into 3 years, which was a huge change coming from where we came from in Indiana. It is just diverse and beautiful. Had 157 languages spoken within the high school. It had every people group ever relocated to the U.S. in this one little area. We knew of 90 unreached people groups within this little tiny town. And I started working with a ministry called Embrace Refugee Birth Services that came alongside of these refugees. We taught childbirth education in 6 different languages, and I had the privilege of working with women from all over the world, attending births with women from the Congo, from Syria, from India, from all over the world. And it just really grew my heart and passion to combine birth and ministry together. And we realized that there are 3 times in a person's life when they're most open to spiritual things, spiritual conversations, spiritual questions, and that is birth, death, and marriage. So pastors already come alongside families during the wedding ceremony, can offer the gospel, the funeral ceremony can offer the gospel, and this leaves a huge gap and opportunity for women to come alongside of women during pregnancy, birth, and postpartum, whether they're doulas, childbirth educators, lactation specialists, midwives, whatever that looks like, and really spend time with them in this intimate setting and be a part of this sacred time. And so after serving there for 3 years and working with all different people groups through birthwork, we said, Lord, where do you want to send us? Where do you want us to be to continue this work? We had opportunities to go to Thailand, and I got to attend a birth there. We had the opportunity to go work with a team in India and go there. And so we were ready to go. And he said, go back to Indiana. And I was like, oh no, not Indiana. Anywhere else, please, anywhere else. And so he said, go back to Indiana and work with the immigrants and refugees there. So we're from Northeast Indiana, and we had the largest refugee population for the Burmese. It was a unique situation where they just kept coming and resettling themselves into the Fort Wayne area. And so we knew in that we had some of the highest infant and maternal mortality rates in our state. And a lot of that was immigrants, refugees, and teen moms. So we went back to Northeast Indiana, and we started a nonprofit to come alongside of them. And we provided doula services and childbirth education. So it started with just me. And then I knew that the best way to reach more women was to train more women. So we started training some other women to be doulas. And then we reached within those communities and found believers to train and equip them to serve within their community and their culture and their language to help really reduce those barriers between the community and being able to birth in America. And so I trained the first Burmese Karen doulas, maybe in the entire world, the first Spanish-speaking doulas in our area, the first doulas of color in our area, and then that has just grown and grown. So as we were figuring out training for them, we didn't see a good training that would really involve faith-based ministry, that would involve community doulaing, that would be easily translatable, easily interpreted, so that we could train women from all over the world. And so the Lord opened a door for us to create our own doula training to be able to do that, which is Global Birth Community. As we started to do that and train locally for our own community, we had the opportunity to then go to other countries and train Christians and believers there as well. So we got to go to Kyrgyzstan and train the first doulas there, who are now working with the midwives. They're welcomed in the hospitals and working with the Department of Health because they see the value that they bring. We got to train community health workers in Cape Town, South Africa, who go out 2 by 2 into different villages and serve women during the sacred time of pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. Then we got the chance to go to Manila and into the Philippines and train and double the amount of doulas that they have there, which was amazing. And so we just want to continue to have the heart of ministry and missions. So we really see birth work as a way to come alongside one of those most sacred, most precious times in a person's life when they're most open to spiritual needs and to meet both physical and spiritual needs all at the same time. And so that is really kind of the history of where Global Birth came from. We at Global Birth Community see birthwork as ministry. Our family is a family of 8. I have 6 kids that range from 20 down to 2, and my husband, and we've been married for 20 years. And we just had this heart of ministry and missions and this passion for birth. And the Lord has just brought it all together to be Global Birth Community. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you found us. And I hope that we can come alongside of you while you come alongside of women in your community. So if you love Jesus, birth, and babies and missions, like, subscribe, and hit that bell and continue to follow us and learn and come along on this journey with us. Thanks for being here.